Time to wake up.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Don't forget, you've got a job to do today.
Hey, Mom. I got the job. Thanks.
I've got the job. Welcome aboard.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just throwing your empty bottle in the garbage.
Don't you know plastics go in the blue container?
Mayor Frank Jackson and the City of Cleveland are committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and green through the use of the city-issued trash and recycling carts. It's safe, convenient, and mandatory. For more information, contact the Cleveland Division of Waste Collection at 216-664-3717.
How did you get to be so smart?
I had a good teacher.
Thanks for tuning in to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslage. School and city officials gathered at Cleveland State University's ballroom for the Higher Education Compact Dashboard event, which included the 2014 report to the community and strategies to further student success.
As you know, this is 3 phases, preparation, which happens at the district, and our whole Cleveland plan is designed to better prepare young people. Access, and how do we ensure that money is not the thing that keeps young people from attending higher education, and then persistence, and how do we ensure that colleges and universities wrap around our students in a way that they will persist to the end and receive the degree.
We've made so much progress around data. I know at College Now, we serve 25,000 students in Greater Cleveland, and without data, we would be very ineffective in delivering a good product. And with this student-level data, in particular, now with our partnership through the Compact and for our CMSD students, it is really allowing us to be much more intentional and, I think, effective about our work.
And we are continuing to look then at replacing the courses that were in place with courses that are aligned to career and college access, including programming we're doing with Cuyahoga Community College and programming we're doing with curriculum from the College Board, which is the organization responsible for SAT and AP courses.
To see the full Higher Education Compact event, stay tuned to TV20. Just check our schedule for times. Destination Cleveland held their annual meeting at the Quicken Loans Arena. Community leaders discussed how far our city has come and what lies ahead.
So we have this opportunity to set a baseline as to how we not only appear to the world, but how we function as a city. And so those who are in businesses or those who, as you say, think they may get rich on this, they're going to be disappointed because they won't be, but they will have the opportunity to have continuing revenue as we promote Cleveland as a destination and as the world sees Cleveland as a place to visit and a place to be.
The world is taking notice. They're appreciating who we are, our arts, our neighborhoods, our culinary, our parks, our sports, our new convention center, our hotels, and it's all true Cleveland. And we believe this is just a start. Sort of like we're on a roller coaster, and we have that excitement of slowly going up that hill, and we're about to crest, and it's going to be a very wild ride.
We need to make sure that we're continuing to bring people to Northeast Ohio, not just for 1 or 2 weeks in 2016, but for the years afterwards. The Global Center is a great opportunity for that. You know, we have sports teams. We want to make sure our sports teams are successful, Len, and we want to make sure that we're winning and that we're bringing people here and doing a great job.
Cleveland's own chef Michael Simon spoke on what he feels we can do to be more involved in our city.
We need to love our city and more than just say we love our city. We need to brag about it. You know, we need to support it on a daily basis. Like, come into the city, enjoy the city, stay in the city. That's what's going to make us strong long term. And then the continue of conventions will happen.
The Neighborhood Housing Clinic event, sponsored by Judge Raymond Pianka and the Cleveland Housing Court, was held at Collinwood Recreation Center and offered information to residents with various housing concerns.
Building and Housing is responsible for inspecting all structures in the city of Cleveland. We inspect when people are building new buildings or are repairing or adding on to an existing building, and we also inspect properties that have maintenance issues so that the property owner can maintain them up to code.
One of the biggest issues in the city of Cleveland is housing. And there's so many different aspects of this issue. People wanting to rehab their house, people wanting not to lose their house, concerned about vacant property next door, predatory lending, predatory loans. So the great thing about what Judge Pianka is doing with his team here is that we have whatever the problem is associated with the issue of housing, we have in this room. Of course, you have the council members here too from the Northeast to answer questions. So I think it's a great one-stop shop situation for people who have a problem but don't necessarily know how to solve it. So I think it's great.
I'm glad that Judge Raymond Pianka put this event on so my residents will get an up-close view with the presenters and the providers.
To learn more from the Neighborhood Housing Clinic and what services are available, stay tuned to TV20. Just check our schedule for times. March is Women's History Month, and to celebrate, a kickoff event was held by the Community Relations Board at the City Hall Rotunda. The event honored women who have gone above and beyond in Cleveland.
That as I appoint women to key positions in the city of Cleveland, I delegate to them power and authority to get things done, that I don't have to worry about it once I do that. So I just want you to know that as mayor of the city of Cleveland, we appreciate women, and we know that women have not been given their due recognition throughout history, but we know that will change because you're going to make it happen, right?
We know we're a community, like most communities, of challenges and accomplishments. And it is the women in particular in any community, in any organization, and oftentimes we're the backbone of what's holding the community together. But we also have demonstrated that we are leaders as well.
Being a young person raised in an urban community by a single-parent household, I've always been just ecstatic about the contributions that women made into our society. Have a very keen appreciation for the women in our community because of the generations of women that contributed so much to our society. Women are still contributing in phenomenal ways today, and it's definitely fitting that we take this opportunity and time on behalf of the Community Relations Board to celebrate all of the contributions and all of the gifts that women are bringing to our society today.
To see the full Women's History Month event, stay tuned to TV20. Of course, just check our schedule for times. Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court, Maureen O'Connor, administered the oath of office to Judge James H. Hewitt, who was recently sworn in as the newest member of the Cleveland Municipal Court.
Taking an oath, the swearing in, as it is called, is more than just a perfunctory, quaint ceremonial custom. It is not to be taken lightly and has real significance. As a result of your oath, your conduct is anchored by the public good and the public trust. By raising your right hand and taking the oath, you are bound by duty to your fellow citizens.
When the news of my appointment was announced on February 1, the entire
All of that congregation all stood in a spontaneous ovation. I was humbled and overwhelmed. I knew that this investiture ceremony had to be here at Olivet. James Hewitt III is clearly the choice of why you're here today, because he has judicial temperament, someone who can listen to a problem or to a situation, someone who, when listening, can then apply the law, and then in applying the law, hand out a decision that is fair and just.
To see the full swearing-in ceremony, stay tuned to TV20. Of course, keep checking our schedule for times. The Northern Ohio Recovery Association, also known as NORA, is a community-based substance abuse and prevention organization. They recently opened a brand new facility geared towards helping women recovering called the Next Step Recovery House. I sat down with the founder of NORA, Anita Bradley, to learn more.
NORA started in 2004, and we started as a recovery community organization. It was my idea that we wanted to have people in recovery, train them to go back and to mentor other individuals in recovery in this region of the state. Reason being, there is not a lot of funding going into substance abuse treatment and mental health services. I think that a lot of the clients we work with end up in prison and children's services systems, homeless shelters. There's all kinds of other things that they deal with, but I wanted to make sure that we had a labor pool that could go back and could give to these women. We're at Next Step Recovery Home, and this is a recovery housing program. It's for women that have completed treatment and or coming from prison, someone that needs a sober living environment with a little bit of structure in place. The focus here is for them to work on their education, employment skills, and to learn sober living skills, and in the end to end up with their own residence and a place of employment so that they can sustain themselves and become productive again in society.
Well, the renovation of Public Square, as you know, is underway, which means there's changes to your commute. During this renovation, Ontario Street and Superior Avenue within the square will be closed to all traffic. The surrounding Public Square roadways and Rockwell Avenue will offer access to bus traffic and local vehicular traffic only. Construction is expected to run now through June 2016. For up-to-date information, traffic reroute maps, and more, visit downtowncleveland.com. When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, CMSD TV reporter Shannon Kantner will show us how students reacted to a recent visit from President Barack Obama.
Weight loss, it's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
The first time you ride the RTA Health Line to University Circle, you may wonder, what should I do with my bag? Can I put it on the seat next to me? What if someone wants to sit there? Will they just scooch it over? Ask me to move it? Is there a please move your bag signal that I'm unaware of? Maybe my bag is taking someone's regular seat. Maybe I'm taking someone's regular seat. Did I just set off a regular seat chain reaction and now everyone's mad at me? Or is this my regular seat? Yeah, I could get used to this. It's easier than you think, Cleveland. RTA, get ready to ride.
Anthony is wanted everywhere.
Anthony's on my team. Oh, he's on my team.
But recently, Anthony went with his parents to find a new place to live.
It's already rented.
But housing discrimination is illegal, so Anthony's parents filed a complaint. And now they have a wonderful place to live. If you believe you have been discriminated against in housing because of your race, color, religion, national origin, sex, familial status, or disability,
call the Housing Center, 216-361-9240. Fair housing is your right. Use it.
Welcome back to the weekly news wrap-up. Cleveland welcomed the President of the United States recently. About 500 people attended the event hosted by the City Club. President Obama spoke candidly about his time in office and even answered questions from local students. Our CMSD reporter Shannon Kantner has highlights from the event and reaction from one of those students.
President Obama came to Cleveland to discuss middle-class economics, but he also talked a lot about education and even gave a CMSD student some pretty good advice.
Ladies and gentlemen, members and friends of the City Club of Cleveland, please join me in welcoming the 44th President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Hello, Cleveland. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hundreds of different people staring at him, listening intently. But what stuck out most to the President of the United States?
I kind of felt lucky that he picked me in my purple shirt.
That's right, it was Nelson Rivera's purple shirt that caught the president's attention, but the Facing History New Tech student also had an equally notable question.
How can you inspire children who want to follow a political career path to become the best they possibly can in the future and stuff like that?
Are you interested?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I'm proud of you for that.
Thanks.
My most important advice is worry more about what you want to do rather than what you want to be. This is actually, by the way, pretty good advice generally, not just for public service, because when I meet the if you look at the most successful business people, they are people who just love the thing they're doing. I always tell young people, you know, don't wait until you get there to do something. You can do something right now.
I felt really nervous. I was literally shaking the entire time, but I kind of kept my cool through asking questions. So.
It was good practice for the 11th grader who hopes to be president one day. For now, he's still thinking about college, a topic President Obama clearly thinks a lot about, too.
I want to make sure all our kids get a great education from the earliest age, and that young people can afford to go to college without getting buried under a mountain of debt. And so we're working with private companies and community colleges and universities and businesses to provide apprenticeships and on-the-job training and other pathways in the middle class. And I've proposed making 2 years of community college as free and universal as high school is today, to up our game.
Those remarks resonated with District CEO Eric Gordon, who met with Obama just a couple of days before and also attended the City Club event with several students. It was the president's Q&A portion that he found most significant, though.
I think even more a reflection of his value of education. Of the 7 questions he had time to take, 3 of them were K-12 students and a 4th was a superintendent from our community. I think that really says something. He picked the people. He looked across the room and found young people and talked with young people.
And those young people might just include a future president, who says he'll thank President Obama for this experience one day when he's in the Oval Office.
He helped me become the person who I am today, so that's what I would say.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Several other CMSD students were in the audience prepared with questions, but of course the president can't answer all of them. Reporting from the Cleveland Convention Center, Shannon Kantner, CMSD TV.
Thanks, Shannon. The president spoke for over an hour and then answered many questions from the audience. He spent a long time shaking hands and posing for pictures with the crowd as well. So exciting for the kids. When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, we'll see how our local athletes and teams are doing with our sports reporter, Christian Patterson. Stay tuned.
And I can't change, even if I try.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind, love is patient.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Christian Patterson, and here's a look at what's going on in sports. But before I wrap up what went on in Cleveland sports this past week, I have a Cleveland sports trivia question. Which Cleveland Cavalier legend held the all-time scoring record until LeBron James broke that record on March 21st, 2008? A. Austin Carr, B. Mark Price, or C. Brad Daugherty? Stay tuned because I have the answer to the Cleveland sports trivia question at the end of this segment. The Cleveland Cavaliers, for the first time since 2010, are officially back in the NBA playoffs. Since January 14th, the Cavs have secured the most wins and best record in the NBA. The Cavs are on pace to finish with 50-plus wins and the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. If the regular season ended today, the Cavs will be hosting the Miami Heat for the first round of the playoffs. The Heat beat the Cavs 2 out of 3 games during the regular season. I was curious to find out what Cavs fans thought about a possible first-round matchup with the Heat, so we went to Quicken Loans Arena to find out.
I think the Cavs will win. Basically because they got a better team, and come playoff time, they're going to be in playoff mode, and I don't see no team in the East beating Cavs in a 7-game series.
They will have to perform pretty good because I know LeBron couldn't let it happen many different times, having Kyrie and Kevin Love on the same team.
Well, I think playoff time will probably go 5 to 6 games, but no more, 5-6 games.
Well, it depends on the health of the 5 starters. The 5 starters, they're the key to the team. So if they're not all 5 out there for the whole series, it's going to be a tough, long one. Like, that could go to 7. Like, if, you know, because if D Wade came out like he came out the other night, hey, he did his thing on us, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so everyone got to stay healthy.
I think they're going to take that serious, man. Like LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Love, they're gamers. When it's time really to get to when it's time to really start playing, they're going to pull that one off easy, man. They're ready for the championship this year.
Okay, how many games you think it'll go?
They'll get it in 4, man. Easy, easy.
Cavs fans are super confident, and they believe that the team will move on with no problem. This particular Cavs team may be the best squad assembled in Cavs history, but that's up for debate. Let's see what the fans think about this new-look Cavs squad in comparison to other great Cavs teams.
Well, you know, you got the Mark Price teams in the 80s, but this by far has got to be the most balanced, complete team 1 through 12.
I do believe it's the best roster in history because LeBron is the next Jordan. So finally, he got the team around him. Like, this is our year. Okay. Cavs Nation.
I think it's up there with one of the best, but not yet, man. I'm still hurting from that Craig Elo team that just missed it to Jordan and them, but I think this team eventually will get there.
I don't know if I want to say the best, but it's up there. I liked it that healthy Brad Daugherty, Mark Price, Larry Nance, Hot Rod, Ron Harper. I liked that squad there. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, that team would have went all the way. But I really like the chances of the Cavs winning the East, winning it all, really. I really like this team. Whether it's the best or not, that remains to be seen. Now, we have a parade down Euclid Avenue. They the best. They the best, okay?
The Cavaliers have made some very important moves this season that benefited the team tremendously. Acquiring J.R. Smith, Amon Shumpert, Timothy Mozgov, and Kendrick Perkins has boosted the team to a championship caliber. While each player brings their own set of skills to the team, let's see who the fan favorite out of this group is.
I got to say Mozgov because you need the fundamental big man to get the board for LeBron, period. You know what I mean? She's shooter, but you can't go hot every night. You know what I mean? So you need the big man to get the boards, kick it back out. Plus, Mozgov is a dominant center. He just needs to, he gets in foul trouble a lot. He needs to, work on his defense. But for this to be his first year with the Cavs, yeah, dudes, that was a great pick for the, 2 first-round draft picks, right? Yeah, that was worth it.
Oh, they were all great moves by the Cavs, man. But I think Mozgov, he controls that middle right now, and he's made a huge difference. When he came in, we really started going on winning streaks. So I think he's the truth, and I think he was the best pickup so far this year.
I believe JR because of his offense and defense together. It's pretty good.
All three, other than Perkins, are the best pickups because they were from the Knicks previous, and we took half their team. But all seriousness, probably J.R. Smith. Credible shooter, really good six-man, great guy off the bench. He's the guy that's going to take us to the next level.
I like J.R. Smith. I like what he brings. Mozgov, I like his toughness. He is a tough Russian, and I ain't seen no brothers from no other team run up on him trying to punk him off either. Yeah, that's yet to be seen because he ain't no joke.
Cleveland Indians fans can still secure opening day tickets at the lowest price available on the remainder of the season by purchasing a full season ticket plan by Monday, April 6th, just in time for the home opener on Friday, April 10th against the Detroit Tigers. Great locations remain for full season ticket plans, and becoming an Indian season ticket holder is the only way fans can still secure opening day tickets, playoff priority, and access to the best seats. Additionally, full season ticket holders save 33% on average over single game ticket prices at Progressive Field. NFL fans might get a chance to get a closer look at the Cleveland Browns franchise during the 2015 offseason. The Browns are the front runners to be featured on the upcoming season of HBO's Hard Knocks series. Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio explained that Cleveland is one of the select franchises that could be compelled to take part in the Hard Knocks series by the league. Between owner Jimmy Haslam's problems with the federal government, general manager Ray Farmer and his illegal texting scandal, and quarterback Johnny Manziel checking into a treatment facility, this will be must-see TV for NFL fans. And before we end this segment, as promised, I have the answer to today's Cleveland sports trivia question. The answer is C, Brad Daugherty. Daugherty averaged 19 points per game over 8 seasons in the NBA and retired as the Cavs' all-time leading scorer with 10,389 points. Well, that's all I have for your TV20 Weekly Sports Wrap-Up. When we return from break, we'll have more with Leah.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to the Weekly News Wrap-Up. A lot has happened in Cleveland over the last few weeks, and here are a few top stories in case you missed it. The First Amendment to the Memorandum of Understanding regarding community benefits and inclusion was recently signed by Mayor Frank Jackson and other city officials to help further the education of the students in Cleveland Metropolitan School District.
This amendment to the Community Benefits Agreement moves from the prior amendment, which was about how to get access for people who already have the skills, now to actually training the skills for families to access the construction trades. So my students at Max Hayes, in partnership with the Construction Trades Council, will be actually training to do the work of building Cleveland.
As most things of substance go, there's a lot of hard work and angst in it, but we're celebrating the moment. Celebrating the fact that we have come together for the benefit of our young people, our children, and in this case, the children of Max Hayes.
that will help us increase the demand for skilled trades workers, thereby being able to put more people into our unions, especially and focused on our adult pre-apprenticeship program at Tri-C and our high school pre-apprenticeship program newly created with the Cleveland Metropolitan School District.
The Central Neighborhood Clinic at the Care Alliance Health Center recently held its grand opening. Mayor Frank Jackson was joined by Councilwoman Phyllis Cleveland and other leaders to discuss its importance.
Care Alliance has stayed on mission and has taken advantage of the tools it's been given and the tools it has taken in order to make sure that they could fulfill their mission, whether it's for the homeless, whether it's for the uninsured, whether it's for people, again, who would not have access to quality health care, but for their existence. So again, congratulations to everybody, and particularly thank you to Care Alliance.
We're standing here witnessing another example of the true meaning of partnership in the Central community. There have been so many wonderful things that have happened over the past few years, and we have so many things that we have on the drawing board. So it's really exciting to see this one project come to fruition, not just for me, but I know for the residents in this neighborhood. This is a spectacular building, striking in comparison to the rest of the community. But what it really brings in essence is care, health care to the people in this neighborhood who need it and who need it critically.
You know, over the last several years, you know, there's been a number of partners that have been working to do something special in this community. You know, with the leadership of the mayor and the leadership of the councilwoman, we've talked about how we can redevelop this area through our Choice and Promise Neighborhood Initiative. Those initiatives deal with housing, education, health, safety, and providing economic opportunities.
The 2015 Top 25 Under 35 Movers and Shakers were recently honored by the Cleveland Professional 2030 Club with an event held at the Global Innovation Center for Health.
So 2030 Club is one of the oldest and largest young professionals organizations in the city of Cleveland and in the greater Cleveland area. Our mission is to help young professionals connect and grow in the community. And we do that through hosting philanthropic, networking, education, and socially focused events throughout the year to bring them together and serve as a catalyst for their growth. Introduce them to what they're interested in or who they want to meet.
Joining local organizations or groups in their efforts provide much needed support for these organizations, can help you expand your network, and it is really, really great leadership training. This is your town and your future. Find your voice, your passion, and get involved so you can help shape the direction of this truly great city. With your help and leadership, and we need it, we will ensure that Cleveland's future is even brighter than its present.
World-renowned ballerina Misty Copeland recently visited Cleveland and made a stop at Mayor Frank Jackson's office to receive a special proclamation for her continued hard work.
I came from Los Angeles, California, and I've had a pretty interesting career entering the ballet world at the age of 13 and going on to be only the second African-American soloist with American Ballet Theater in their 75-year history. It's pretty exciting to be here in Cleveland. American Ballet Theater tours here quite a bit, and it's maybe been about 5 years since I've been here, so it's nice to be back and to be able to dance.
People were freezing for a good reason at Edgewater Park for the 6th annual Cleveland Arctic Plunge.
Where Enzo is this with the back. Freeze frame!
Brian, what made you guys decide to start doing this, plunging in the freezing cold waters of Lake Erie?
Yeah, well, 6 years ago, my good friend Mike and I decided to start the Arctic Plunge to raise money for some good causes. It's a way for us to give back to the city of Cleveland, and it's just a great event for people to actually come out and have a good time.
So why is this Arctic Plunge so important to you guys?
Well, we are raising money for important causes. It's bringing everybody together down at Edgewater Park. Every year it might be a little warmer, a little cooler, but it's getting everybody in the water for important causes, and it's very important, and it's hysterical. It's great. It's a righteous riot.
What's your favorite part of the event every year?
My favorite park is promoting the Metro Parks. We have the best Metro Parks in the country. I love all the work we do for the charities and the fun, and it's just making this a Cleveland tradition.
And what made you decide to come on down?
New Cleveland resident, figure this is kind of my initiation to the city, so figured why not.
Where are you originally from?
Outside of Boston.
And how long have you been in Cleveland?
About 9 months.
Okay, so we have less snow than you just came from.
Yep, for sure.
Kathy, what made you decide to come out today?
Got to do something crazy off of a bucket list every now and then, and it's also for a great cause. They put the money to good use. So
this is your first time doing it?
It's actually my second time. I didn't learn the first time.
And what have you learned the second time, you think?
Move fast.
You just came from plunging. How did it feel in this cold weather?
I got about halfway, and then I just came back. It was the worst.
Tell us what this experience has been like.
Cold. My feet are like frozen right now.
What made you decide to get involved this year?
I work for a Parma Police Department, and the one officer sent out an email. I guess I decided to do it, you know.
And are you regretting the decision, or are you excited that you participated?
I can cross it off my bucket list.
All right, you just came from plunging. What was it like in this weather?
Oh my God! Actually, I thought it was gonna be worse, to be honest. I'm not even really cold right now.
Are you just so numb and just frozen?
Yeah, just the legs, mostly in the legs. I can't really feel them, so I'll probably feel it later.
What was the hardest part of doing that?
The ice chunks kicked, as you got deeper, just it was harder to move your legs, so I just had to kick them out of the way.
Now, was this your first time participating?
First time, yeah.
And what made you decide to come out?
Oh, it just looked like something fun to do in the wintertime. It's not really a lot to do, outside and stuff, so why not?
So you'll definitely recommend it to friends for next year.
Oh, for sure. And the money all goes to a good cause too, so.
EarthFest is the longest running Earth Day celebration in the nation and is also Ohio's largest environmental education event. This year it will be on Sunday, April 19th, once again at the Berea Fairgrounds. The Earth Day Coalition has partnered with Mayor Jackson's Sustainable Cleveland 2019 initiative for the event and will celebrate the Year of Clean Water. You don't want to miss this event that is fun and educational for the whole family. For more information, visit their website, earthdaycoalition.org. Spring has officially arrived and there are plenty of activities and events to enjoy. And here's a look at what's going on in Cleveland. Recently, we celebrated Downtown Cleveland Restaurant Week, and TV20 has checked out a few participating spaces. Today is the final restaurant in our 3-part series, Sabreo. Greg, tell us about Sabreo right here in the heart of Playhouse Square Theater District.
Okay, we've been here since September 8th of 2013. We are part of the Driftwood Restaurant Group.
Now, you are Italian restaurant focused,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
So tell us a little bit more about the menu.
We are a Tuscan-themed restaurant. At the restaurant, actually, the design of the restaurant is pretty much just a picture of Tuscany. Scott Kuhn, who is our principal owner, had spent about 3 weeks in Tuscany before we opened up the restaurant to a lot of research and development and to create this beautiful Tuscan-themed restaurant right here in downtown Cleveland.
Now, what is it like to be a part of Downtown Cleveland Restaurant Week? Because some people just think, well, duh, your restaurant's downtown, but it's much more than that.
We love it. You know, one of the things that we love so much about Restaurant Week is it creates a different atmosphere than what we're used to. Being in the heart of Playhouse Square, we are definitely a theater-driven restaurant. We've got many of our diners who will come in, have dinner before, and run off to the show. Now with Downtown Restaurant Week, this is our theater. You know, it's a course progression meal. You have 3 courses. It's a little bit more relaxed than what you normally have at Sabreo. You know, we start with our appetizer, which is our opening act. Our main entrees, you know, that's the main act, and then we have a nice finish before the curtain comes down and everyone leaves happy. We change the menu seasonally. We have our next menu change coming up April 28th is when we'll have the new menu. And one of the things that we like so much about Restaurant Week is what we do with these course dinners. And so we try to incorporate these throughout the year. We have wine dinners that we try to do more or less every 6 or 8 weeks.
How much of your food is locally sourced?
Most of it is. A lot of our food is locally sourced. We do feature Chef's Garden. Chef's Garden has been a great partner with us for all our restaurants. And so most of it does come locally.
And lastly, as someone working downtown, what does it mean to you to be a part of this?
I love it. I love Restaurant Week. I love Cleveland. I live in Cleveland. I work in Cleveland. I mean, our city has, and I've been working actually in Cleveland since 1994, and I've seen the ebbs and the flows, and right now we are just flowing. So.
That's all for your TV20 Weekly News Wrap-Up, where you get the whole story. I'm Leah Haslage. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the bottom line up front with City of Cleveland Media Relations Director Dan Williams.
Hello, I'm Dan Williams, the Media Relations Director for the City of Cleveland, and this is the bottom line up front. In this edition of Bluff, I will provide you an update on the city's road repair and resurfacing plan. Last week I spoke to you about some of the specifics of the systematic road repair and resurfacing plan. The city's implemented a systematic methodology that provides 4 to 6 work crews 24 hours a day from Monday through Friday, and 8-hour shift on Saturdays across every district in order to evenly cover all 292 subsections of the city during the month of March. This week, The numbers of crews has nearly doubled from last week and are conducting pothole repairs with 6 hot patch crews, 2 cold patch crews, 2 Durapatch crews, 2 pothole killer crews. This is up from a total of 8 crews last week to 12 crews this week. Moving ahead, in April, the city will broaden our systematic efforts by increasing to 8 to 12 patching crews, 2 Durapatch crews, and 2 pothole killer crews. We continue the systematic efforts by dividing the work in the 6 districts into 292 subsections, then systematically make repairs across the entire city. In May, we will increase our efforts to 8 to 10 hot asphalt crews, 2 Durapatch, 2 pothole killer crews, and we begin the road resurfacing projects with 1 resurfacing crew and 1 crack sealing crew. From June through the end of August, the city will maintain 4 hot asphalt crews, 2 Durapatch crews, 2 road surfacing crews, and 3 crack sealing crews. In all, this year, the city will expend $57.9 million in road repair and resurfacing, with a combination of NOACA street resurfacing projects for over $14 million, Issue 1 construction for over $37 million, and $6.4 million, that's $2 million more than previous years, of city-funded road projects, along with a combination of other smaller funded road projects. The bottom line, we are starting earlier this year to attack potholes. We're expending over $57.9 million combined with the $6.4 from the city and more than $51.5 million NOACA and Issue 1 funded projects. Using this systemic approach to attack the worst roads first while being actively involved in all 6 districts throughout the spring and summer allows the city to ensure equity throughout the city on road resurfacing and repairs, as well as more durable pothole and road repair solutions. I'm Dan Williams, and this has been the Bottom Line Up Front.